Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Two Galloon Outdoors, and as you can see over my shoulder, I just bought my first kayak. This kayak is the Ascend 12T. These are commonly seen at Bass Pro Shops or maybe even Cabela's, I'm not really sure which one. But I actually just picked this up on a Facebook Marketplace for $400. Now the actual retail value of this kayak is around $800 to $850. The only thing I'm not sure on is the year or model year. They've made different models over the last couple years. They have a pre-2016 model, they have a 2016 model, and I'm not sure if they did models in 2017 and 2018 or this year, but this seems like one of the earlier models. I picked this thing up for around $400 like I said, so before we even started getting talking about this kayak and the specifics of this kayak, if you look on Facebook Marketplace and other places like that, you can actually have you can actually find, I should say, some really good deals on there. As far as the specifics of this kayak go, this is a 12-foot kayak, and the beam of the kayak, so beam is from side to side, the beam of the kayak is 31 inches, so it's wider than a majority of the kayaks out there, but it's kind of like in the middle ground. It's not a 33 or above, but 31 inches is a very stable kayak. I've had this thing out, I guess, 2 or 3 times now, and the stability of this kayak actually lets me be able to stand up on the kayak. However, keep in mind that I am a smaller person. You know, I'm 5'3", 5'4", you know, 150 pounds, so I'm not a very big person by any means. So if you're 6 foot, you know, 200 plus pounds, this kayak might be a little bit, this kayak might not be wide enough as far as standing goes. Okay, so starting at the back of the kayak, you have a drain plug, obviously right here for, you know, if it's sitting out in the rain and it happens to get water on the inside of the hole, you can actually just turn the kayak over and drain it out, so that's pretty convenient. It has bungees in the back, and this is for just, you know, holding down gear, as you would expect. That little box area is for holding storage of any sort, like anchors, fishing tackle, anything you could imagine, really. You got 2 fishing pole holders, and they're actually angled to where the fishing poles will go back, so they don't stand straight up and they don't go forward. The poles actually angle back. The seat is the original seat from the kayak, and I looked at a lot of reviews, and apparently people have problems with the seat. I've only had it out, you know, 3 or 4 times, so I haven't really seen any problems with the seat itself. I actually think it's really comfortable. People prefer different things though. Going forward, we have a spot, you know, you can put your drink. And then we have a wet, dry storage container. And this actually screws on. I had it unscrewed, but this actually screws in. And that's where I keep my scooper plugs. So, on this kayak, going back to the back for a second, we have 6 scooper holes. And, you know, so you have 6 scooper plugs. There's 2 there, 2 in the back, and then 2 directly underneath the seat. And that just makes it to where water won't come in on the kayak. It's the water, you know, if I sit here and do that, water will actually come through. So once I put scooper plugs in, you don't have that problem anymore. Then you have a container up here, or storage compartment I should say, and that actually kind of locks, and you can put life jackets and anything else you need to in there, tackle. My life jacket's in there right now. You have rails on top and on the sides. These side rails, they're not really rails, these are spots where your foot pegs go. The decking of the kayak right here is like kind of like a fine rubber, so if you are standing on the kayak, it's not going to be completely slippery. Next, you got on the left side, where on either side of that rail, you got a spot to where you can hold your paddle. I don't have the paddle right now to show y'all, it's in the truck, but any paddle you want to use basically, but the one that it came with is a very good paddle. It's, probably all you're going to need for this kayak. In the front, you got another spot where bungees are to hold down stuff, and then on the front and on the back of the kayak you have 2 carrying handles to carry and move the kayak around. So then that is the specifics of the kayak and pretty much everything that you could expect on this particular kayak. So I've had this kayak, I guess, for a week now. I've had it out 2 or 3 times, like I said. You saw some clips earlier of the stability of the kayak and me fishing out of the kayak. So far it's been a pleasure to fish out of. The stability of the kayak is very good for fishing. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for standing up though. I'm a shorter person and the kayak still somewhat felt a little bit wobbly maybe on the water. But I've taken it out in the middle of the lake with with wake being on the water, and the kayak holds very well into position. It doesn't get pushed around or blown around a lot by the wind or the wake. And overall it's pretty stable. It treks really well, decently easy to maneuver actually. You would imagine that it being a 12-foot kayak with a 31-inch beam that it might be a little bit harder to maneuver, but so far that hasn't been the case. Other than that, obviously $400 you really can't beat for a kayak like this. A sit on top kayak, strong and sturdy. Overall it's pretty well rounded. So that's been my review, my quick review of the Sin 12T kayak. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you have any questions. Comment in the comment section below, and see you guys.